Okay, guys, I don't know what happened. I guess it didn't record right. So I wanted to let you know that the next step that you're going to actually cut pockets. So I put all 5 of them together. And I'm actually kind of glad because now this just saves some time. You're going to put all of your pages together and you're going to figure out, let me put this in the order that I had it. You're going to figure out what's going to be your first page, your second page, third page, fourth, and fifth. And when you get that done, you take the first one and you stick it aside. You take your second one and you stick it over. You take the third one, stick it over. You take your fourth one, stick it over. And you take your fifth one and stick it over. Now what I did, I guess it didn't record right. What I did is I took 1/8 of an inch off. So this is where the pocket comes in. And you already have your envelope. So here you got your envelope with your pocket already on first, third, and fifth. So those are done. Now I'm doing top pockets on first, third, basically on odd. And on the even, I'm doing side pockets. If you do it all on one side, you can. But I do both sides because that way it doesn't bunch. And I just cut the pocket for this side. And then I'm going to do the same thing to this last one. Boy, my girls are hyper today. They want to play. So you're going to want to cut, again, 1/8 of an inch off. And make sure you go all the way through. You guys can feel it on your cutting board. And you should have a nice clean pocket. So there's your 5 pockets. And I'm going to stick this over because now what you're going to do is you need to take your, you don't have to take grunge board or chipboard, or you take grunge board or chipboard. You keep the backs of your paper packs, and they're a great chipboard to use. I also have a habit of saving cardboard boxes. And especially priority boxes. I use that for a lot of things because it's free. So what I did is I actually wanted to go and have an edging around this. And I have one already made, and I'll show you if I can find it here. I have one side already made, and what I did is I actually covered the grunge board because I didn't want to paint it, I didn't want to do anything to it because they're kids and they're going to write on it, they're messing it up. But I wanted to give the flexibility compared to the chipboard that's stiffer. So when you put your pages together, and we're going to go this way, there's first, there's second, here's third, here's fourth, and here's fifth. So now you have your top pockets and your side pockets. And you want to make sure they're kind of even. You want to make sure they're all even when you guys start to put them together. So what I did is, like I said, I'm going to show you how to do this page. And again, it's very possible this could be a third video. I'm hoping it's not. But please understand that this is mini album lessons, not, you know, just a flower. So they're going to range over. So I actually wanted to give an extra edge so that if they put things in here, it wouldn't totally be shown. And that when I do make journal cards and things for them, that the little tabs won't be showing. And again, you don't have to. You can make it exact. But you would do the same thing just with a chipboard. So I actually went over 1 inch on one side. And I want to show you that because you're not going to go over a full inch on the other one. And this is just another piece. So, you know, this is what I measured it. And like I said, I went over 1 inch. So it is 5.5 inches wide. And this is the edge. I always try to use my edges. My straight edges always are my alignments. So it's 5.5 inches wide. And again, I went over 1 inch on one and 3/4 on the other because of the fact that you don't want extra edging. And I'll show you this. You don't want extra edging. I got all this extra paper here. You don't want extra edging at the back because you're going to seal it at the back here. So you only want the extra edging around the side. So you will ask for the full inch on the 2 sides on the width. And then on the length, you're going to cut it to 3/4 of an inch shorter. So that would be, let me double check this. I'm always going to double check this while I'm talking to you guys. So, and this is actually perfect. So you're going to do it this way. And this comes out to 5.5 inches, which is what I cut. And again, this is exact inches if you want to do it with the envelopes that I purchased at Walmart. And so that's 5.5 by 7 inches. Which the envelopes again are 4 3/4 by 6.5, and you'll see what I'm talking about. 3/4 inch bigger on the 6 3/4. I think what it is. Yeah, 3/4 inches bigger on the 6 3.5. However that is. Anyway, those are the measurements for that one. You'll have to figure out how you want it. So I need to cut a piece of paper, and I thought I brought another piece of paper, but I have it right here. Just give me a sec. So let me cut this down real quick. And we'll get started on the second piece. Again, you know, please understand that these videos are going to be in multiples when I do minis because it's going to be showing the whole thing. So I think I measured it out. I always double check. I'm not always writing everything down. I mean, you guys think that I write everything down and I don't. So I'm going to do 7 inches. This was 7 inches. Actually, it's 7 inches, but I want to go bigger. So I'm going to go 8 inches. You guys think I'm crazy, but you're going to go 8 inches because we're going to seal the back side. And we got an extra piece here. So you're going to go bigger by 1 inch when you're doing the paper to cover it too. So know that. And then this is 5 1/4 or 5 1/2. So we're going to go 6 1/2 inches wide. I like this way. So I'm going to do 6 1/2 inches wide. And here's where your scoreboard's coming in. Once again, save this piece. We're going to use it. And I'm not going to screw this one up this time. So you're going to take this piece and we're going to score it. And you're going to see why I score it the way I do. Because obviously it's going to be just like the envelopes themselves. So, and I want to show you this. And this piece is cut ready to go. So if you see how it is on this paper, this is how you're going to score it. Well, it's not exact. Let me get it right exact. So the way I have this, it actually came out perfect when I did this piece because you're going to cut exactly at 7 1/2 inches because I cut it at 1 inch bigger. So we're going to score it right at 7 1/2 inches. And then you're going to just flip it. I try to make it as easy as possible so you don't have to look at all these different measurements. And I'm not going to flash up any numbers. So hopefully you guys will get this as you go. I mean, if you're using different envelopes, you're obviously going to have to do different measurements. And again, this comes to 6 1/2 inches. And I already know, but I'm going to show you anyway. I already know that it comes to exactly 6 inches. So we're going to score at the 6 inch mark. Let me make sure I get it all the way up there here. You're going to score at the 6 inch mark. And you're going to flip it to the other side. And it is going to turn into a 3-part video by looking at the camera, guys. I don't like to do more than 10-minute increments. That way you can do your work in between each one. And you can get each stage done. So, here we go. We got the score lines on here. And just like the envelopes, we're going to do the same thing. It's the same process. We're going to cut the corners out. And this is why I already had one already done. Because it's going to save time. And this is so you can see me as I do each process. And like I said, it helped me getting some of this prepared. I had some of this done last night. I just didn't have all the pages done. And I'm actually going to do another one because this one I wanted to do to make sure I did it right. But because it's for my boyfriend, or not my boyfriend, my daughter's boyfriend and her daughter's boyfriend and her. And again, they have no clue that I made this. Or I'm making this, but I'm going to make them help me finish embellishing it. And here's where the sticky part is. You're going to get into taping this, but grunge board doesn't hold too well to tape. Thus is why I have the hot glue gun for this particular mini. But if you're using chipboard, it'll hold just fine. And again, be resourceful. Don't go out of your way to spend a bunch of money on chipboard because it's ridiculous. Like I said, I always reuse the back of whatever kit and pieces in between to hold it stiff. Save your money. And here we're going to do the same thing like on the envelope. We're going to find this piece, and it is going to turn into a 3-part video because we're going to finish this mini off, the basic part of this mini. And I'm going to lay this down. And again, this is just like the envelopes. And this is where I'm going to put in the tape. And you'll see as I start folding this over that it doesn't want to hold. What happens when you're using this and you put the second piece open over it to cover the back side, that it's going to work out just fine. So let me go ahead and stop it here and let me finish taping all the way around and close it in just like on the envelope and change my tape. And I'll start on the 3rd part. Bye.